Hi, welcome to my video on the standard and general form of a hyperbola. Change to general form. This is the standard form, and the standard form is x minus h all squared over a squared and y minus k all squared over b squared equals 1. So this is the general form, which is ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. And to be a hyperbola, you have to have an x squared and a y squared. A and b are not allowed to be 0, and the a and the b have to be, one of them has to be plus and one of them has to be minus, but we always put the x squared first. So we have what we call the standard form. So we're going to change it to the general form, which is x squared, y squared, etc. So the LCD of 8 and 10, we could say is 80, but the lowest LCD is 40. 40 is a common denominator for 8 and 10. So we multiply each part of the equation by 40. So the 8 into 40 goes 5, so we get 5x squared. 10 into 40 goes 2, so we get a negative 4y squared. And 1 times 40 is 40. Now we could have picked an LCD of 80, but the number would have been doubled. So the LCD, really, least common denominator, is 40. A multiple of 8 and 10 is 80, but it's not the least one. Okay, we have to get, this is the standard form. So again, the LCD of 25 and 10. So the LCD is, we could say 50. 50 is an LCD. So we'll multiply by 50, multiply by 50, multiply by 50. So 25 into 50 goes 2, so we get 2 times y minus 1 squared. 10 into 50 goes 5, so we get negative 5 times x plus 3 squared. And 1 times 50 is 50. Again, the LCD between 25 and 10 is 50. Now we have to work out the square first. So we go 2. So we take the binomial and square it. So y times y is y squared. The product is negative 1. Doubled, that's a square, negative 2y. And negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 5, we're going to square this binomial. We take the x and square it. Product of 3 and x is 3x. Doubled is 6x plus. And plus 3 squared is 9. So we have PEMDAS, we have the square done. Now we'll multiply. So we get 2y squared minus 4y plus 2 minus 5x squared minus 30x minus 45 equals 50. Now we're doing the general forms. The a got to go first, so it's a minus 5x squared plus 2y squared minus 30x minus 4y plus 2 minus 45 minus 50. So we got an x squared, y squared, x, y, and a constant. So just to make sure everything is okay. So I have a negative 5x squared plus 2. So this won't change because there's no more terms there like it. But here we have a negative 95. So that's a negative 93 equals 0. So that's the general form. Most times that's good to do, but most times most equations are given in the general form and we change it to standard form. So the standard forms are, as you can see, the squares over a squared b squared. equals 1. So these are the standard form. Notice this one, the x is positive, the y is negative. So this one has, if you the horizontal axis is the x-intercept. And with this one, the y is positive, so this one has the vertical axis, the x-intercept. So let's work out each of these. So to do the reverse, we have to group the x's. Okay, there they are. We group the y's. And we move the 300 over to the right to become positive. Now we take the 9 out. And the reason we do that is to have a 1 with the x squared. We factor out the 25 to make the y's coefficient of y squared 1. And when we have the 9 factored out, 9 and 9 once, 9 to 18 is 2, 25 into 25 is once, or negative 25 coming out, you get 100 divided by negative 25 is negative 4. Now we complete the square. Half of plus 2 is a plus 1 squared is 1. So 9 times 1, we balance it to make it a 9. Half of negative 4 is negative 2 squared is 4. So we multiply negative 25 by 4 to get a negative 100 to balance it out. So this gives us, this is a perfect square trinomial whose factor is x. Half of plus 2 is a plus 1. Because we have a perfect square trinomial, we have a y. Half of negative 4 is negative 2 squared. And when you add this up, you get 300 take away 100 is 216, add on 9 is 225. Now we need a 1 here, so we're dividing by 225, divide by 225, divide by 225. So that gives us a 1, perfect. And we cancel here, 9 into 225 is 25, so we get, let's go down further, let's go down to here. So we won't cram it up, x plus 1 squared. So 9 and 9 goes once, that gives us a 25, minus 25 into 225 is a 9, so we get y minus 2 squared over 9 equals 1. And this is the standard form. So from this form, you can see that you can have the center of negative 1, 2, and we can see that this is positive, so this is horizontal, axis of intercept. This is the axis of intercept is the horizontal because the x is positive, and we have the a squared is 25. We have the a, b is plus or minus 3, a is plus or minus 2, so it helps us to draw the parabola and get the foci and asymptotes. Now we do number 2, so we can multiply it through by negative to make this a positive, but let's let the negative stay there. So we group the x's and we group the y's. And we move the 9 over to make it a plus. Now we factor out the negative, so that gives us, because we want the x squared to be positive. So negative divided by negative positive, negative 6 divided by negative is a plus 6. And here we factor out 16, y squared minus 2y. Now we complete the square. 6, half of 6 is 3, 3 squared is 9. So that's 9 here, negative 1 times 9, balance it, negative 9. Half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1. Half of negative 2 is negative 1, negative 1 squared is 1. So 16 times 1 is 16. So this gives us a negative. The perfect square trinomial is factorable. X, half of plus 6 is a plus 3. Y, half of negative 2 is negative 1. That's how fast I factor it. And the 9's cancel, so I get 16. So we need divide by 16. We divide by 16 because we want this to be a 1. So we put 1 here. And here we got a negative. So this is not, can't cancel. Just leave the negative there. 16 cancels. And I get a as a plus, and it's y minus 1 squared over 1. And, oh, I got the, put the 1 down too far. I should put the 1 in after. I like the negative to be seconds. So I like the negative, the positive to be first, and the negative to be in the middle. So when I look at it this way, I can tell that the positive one is the axis of intercept. So this is the vertical. The y goes up and down. So this is the way I like to see it. Now you can leave it like this and say, well, this is the negative one, so this is the axis of intercept, which is the vertical. And the foci and the vertices lie on the axis of intercept, which is the y, or the vertical. You have a tendency to say the y-axis, but it's not. It's the vertical line moving up and down from the center. And the center is -3, 1. So that's changing the different forms that we're going to use in further videos in this unit. And again, if you like my video, click the like button. If you want to be a subscriber, click the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained, just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.